Good morning, folks. Back out at Dad's shop, and I got this Sears lantern. This is the one that I made a video on back in August, I think. And after I made the video here at Dad's on this lantern, I took it home and I was cleaning up a Dietz lantern, spraying some Easy Off oven cleaner on the Dietz lantern. And this was sitting about 4 feet down the bench from where I was working on the Dietz lantern at. And I looked over and there's little white speckles all over the fount on one side of this lantern. The overspray from that had drifted down there, got all over the fount of this lantern. So, word of warning, if you're cleaning up another lantern near one that you've already got, clear everything out of the way. Don't let it be anywhere around there, because that Easy Off oven cleaner was only on there for a few seconds. I think my fuel cap's leaking on this now, because I had that pumped up nice and bright and it's already dim and surging. I think that fuel cap's leaking. I just put a little splash of gas in it to show this one here on this video. It's got to be. It's leaking pressure down fast. See if that's better after I tighten it up. See if that is better. Anyhow, when I made the video on that one, I showed this one in the video. This one is January of 1967, and that one is January 1966. And I said if anybody wants to see a video of getting the 1967 running, leave it in the comments. Well, I'm pretty sure almost every comment that I got said fire up to 67. That sounds like an important phone call. Dad's on the case, and go see who's calling. But yeah, just about everybody said fire up to 67. We want to see the 67 going, so came out here today and got them both down out of the rafters of the garage. We'll clean it up a little bit and see if this one will fire up. But actually, the first thing I'm going to do, this one it's actually got the globe out of the other Sears. They both had original Sears globes in them, surprisingly enough. They'd never been replaced, but this one was broken, so I just swapped it when I got the other one going. So I'm going to try to super glue this back together. People in the comments on the other video said that you can super glue them, and I've seen it on the Coleman Facebook group, people saying you can super glue these back together. So I am going to try to super glue this glass back together, see if I can make it work well enough to use it. I'll just hold this up to the camera. I can't move the camera for some reason. My battery is giving me fits on the old GoPro, so I got it plugged in while I'm recording today, and I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. So let's see if I can super glue my fingers to this glass. You got a brand new tube of super glue. And let's start at this end. Usually when I use super glue for anything, I end up making a mess with it. Damn it. My finger's stuck to the glass. Oh no. Eesh. Now I got some of my DNA stuck to the inside of that glass. Alright. Well, that little white spot, that's the skin off the inside of my finger, but I got it super glued.
It might burn off.
I'm gonna set it right side up over here. Now we'll get this one over here. The old mantle's got about 47 holes in it already, so I can't save that one. Often I try to get them going with the mantle that's already on it, but that one's beyond saving, so I'll put that over there and Dad can sweep it up next time he sweeps the floor. There's the burner screen out of the bottom of the burner. Maybe I can get that put back in there. I guess since I already broke that, I might as well pull this apart and clean it up a little bit, make sure that there's no spider houses in the air tube. That is not the right size on either end of that wrench. I don't know what I got it in there for.
This isn't going to do any good.
It must fit.
That's empty.
Oh yeah, I've got some here in my toolbox. Must fit something on the lantern, or else I wouldn't have put it in my little lantern toolbox. Well, that is harder than it should be to get off there. It's just one little speed nuts. It should have come off super easy, but maybe it's been a couple days since it's been off of there. I think I'll leave that old sparker thing on there. I don't ever use those, but it's already on there. Who knows how many years it's been there, so we'll just leave that on there. It's kind of neat. Yeah, that other lantern must be leaking around the cap gasket, because it burned really good when I took it up to the lantern show this year, but it's already running out of pressure again. We'll shut it off for right now, then I'll fire it back up at the end to get a shot with both of them going. I don't believe I ever changed the cap gasket in that, so when I get some new cap gaskets I might put one in there, but it doesn't make much difference. It'll go back out and hang in the rafters of the shed for a while now. Alright, I'm going to pause the camera, get the blow gun out, blow some air through this because I can see spider nests up inside of there. Okay, I got the spider webs blown out of there. I took the burner cap off and the screen popped back in there, but it was kind of concave, so I took a screwdriver and just gently poked down through there to kind of try to push it out the other way and spread it out, and it seems like it's going to stay in there, so hopefully it doesn't fall out and break the mantle as soon as I light it, but I think it'll be okay. It seemed like it is biting in there pretty good now. So that should be okay. There's, well, a bunch of antique dead bugs sitting down in there. Hit that with the blowgun real quick too. All right, let's clean this thing up a little bit. Let's see here. Can I go? Just slide the old collar up off of there. Get it out of the way. Ooh, goodness, that's tight. Up to light, down to burn lever. Shouldn't be so tight that you can't turn it by hand. There we go. It'll just stuck. Once it got it to crack and pop loose a little bit, it turned easily. There we go. Get that out of the way, and remove a little bit of grime off of this poor thing. I don't know how many years we've had this. A lot of the lanterns we got out there have been hanging up out in the rafters of the shed since the late 90s, early 2000s, but some of them we had before that even. So it could have been sitting out in the back shed or stored somewhere else around here before that. But that's really when we started collecting a lot. It was in the probably late 90s. So we probably acquired it sometime around then, but by as grimy as this one was, I would say that we've never had it going, because this wasn't just dust from hanging up out there. It was kind of greasy and nasty. I have no clue if the pump leather is good enough to work on this or not, or the condition of the cap gasket or the inside of the tank. I've not checked any of that stuff yet. Cap's a little gnarly inside, but not too bad. My finger hurts where I super glued it to the inside of that glass. That's weird. I was just thinking, like, it felt like my fingertip was burned. I'm like, oh no, that's where I just ripped the skin off of it. Well, that's not too bad. Smells like nothing. Doesn't smell like Coleman gas or old rotten pump gas. Looks real nice inside. A little bit rusty just around the top of the filler cap there. Piece of Scotch-Brite pad here. I'll clean that up just a little bit. That looks better. Hopefully that cap gasket will seal well enough to at least get it running for today, because I'm out of cap gaskets. I don't think I have. I've got one of these thin ones. If it won't hold anything, I can use one of these thinner gaskets on there, but the ones that I buy usually are a little thicker than that. But if the one that's there won't hold at all, then I'll try that thinner one. The camera won't be able to pick this up anyway, but I just turned the tip cleaner and I can see the little wire poked out. So I'm not even gonna pull the generator off of this thing. I'm just gonna pull the pump leather out, see what kind of shape it's in. Oh, not bad. Pretty decent shape. So, oh, it's nice and pliable too. It looked like it might be kind of stiff, but not at all. Oh. Dip that in my Marvel Mystery Oil. But I'm not even gonna put it in there and let it soak. I'm just gonna dip it in and spread the leather out just a little bit. That might be the most pliable pump cup I've ever had on anything. Looked like it was going to be really stiff, I thought, but it's not bad at all. So I'm guessing that'll work fine. Look down in there and see what it looks like down by the check valve. Very clean. So I'm going to take my chances and see if we could just put this back in there. Pump a little bit of pressure. I don't think that pump would have worked if I had not pulled it out, because the ends of the cup are kind of pulled in. But maybe if I had just put some oil in there and let it soak, it might have spread back out and pumped without even taking it out of there. That turns. Put my thumb over the cap and pump a little pressure in. Seems like the check valve is holding. And it's pumping up pressure. I guess I already got the cap off. I'll put some fuel in there, and then the Amish store that we went to buy our fuel all the time quit selling fuel in bulk at the store. So I don't know what I'm going to do for my light gas now. I hate to go back to buying it for full price from Walmart. You can have it delivered to your house from them, but I don't think they'd deliver clear to my house, and you got to buy a minimum order of 55 gallons if you want to buy it from them now. I go through a lot of Coleman gas, but I don't need a 55-gallon drum of it. That should be plenty of fuel. Clean, scrape a little bit on that poor old cap gasket. That thing looks pretty sad. I'm guessing that that's gonna leak, but we'll give it a try and we'll see. Yeah, I can hear it. As soon as I start pumping, I can hear it. I would say that that's not going to work. So I've got that thinner cap gasket in there. It's not the ones that I necessarily like, but it will be better than that, that's for sure. So let's pull this cap apart. If you keep the cap screwed down on there tight, then you can use a straight screwdriver, get the screw out of the middle of it. And yeah, that gasket is pretty bad shape. I was hoping it would seal, but I wasn't putting much faith in it, so. Okay, I took the center part out of the cap over to the bench vise. I would have recorded it, but like I said at the beginning of the video, my battery's screwing up, so I got the camera hooked up to a cord and it would be a pain to move it. But I would just put a nail in the bench vise and you can just balance this. There's the hole that has the threads in it. Balance that right on top of the nail. Take our little mini torch, heat it up until it's almost glowing red, and then drop it in a can of water. And then that old cap gasket, after doing that, will just peel right out of there in chunks, so you can get it all out of there. Put the new cap gasket in. Thread the cap back down on there. And then just put your screw back in and tighten it just snug. It doesn't have to be cranked down tight. It just has to be tight enough that it doesn't fall out. Now let's try to pump it up. I didn't count how many pumps I put in there. Usually I go 25 pumps, but I didn't count this time for some reason. Alright, let's set that over out of the way. Dad stole the rag for cleaning the stuff up. There's another one over here. You can keep using that one. We'll get this one over here. I gotta say, in this thing, I don't think we've ever done anything with this because it didn't get that grimy and dirty just hanging up in the rafters out there. They get dusty, but they don't get that bad. So I'm guessing this one was pretty dirty when we got it, and we've never done anything with it. Oh, I should move that. I'll set that right smack in the middle of the camera so you can't see anything. That's looking a little better. Man, that was really caked on there. I don't know why I always want to set that down right smack in front of the camera. Maybe it's because the workbench is full of stuff. I got the other lantern sitting there. Got Dad's nutcracker over here.
Well, it's Christmas time.
It is. C.E. Potter Sepulpa, S-A-P-U-L-P-A, Oklahoma. Sepulpa, Oklahoma? I don't know.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, it is. Well, there we go. That's better. It's another one of those cases of how good do you really have to have it. We're going to burn it until we run this tank of gas through it, and then it'll hang back up in the rafters for another 20 years. Yeah, that's better. It's more presentable. There we go. Let's go back on here with this. There we go. Looks like the super glue is getting dry. Kind of goopy looking on there, but if it holds it together and works, that'll be good enough for this. Alrighty, let's drop that back down on there. Well, the speed nut's not any easier to get back on there than it was to get off. Slowest speed nut ever. There we go. These little Sears lanterns are almost exactly like a 200A Coleman. Come apart the same. I think they use the same generator. They're almost identical. I know I said that was good enough, but that's still nasty in there. I don't know why I quit cleaning it that early. I'm not in that big of a hurry. Alrighty, let's find a mantle in here. Don't have any open packages.
Well, let me look, see.
That's fine. I got.
Mantles, but we don't have any open.
Yep, I got a whole bag of bags of mantles in here, so this will work. Okay, got the mantle tied on there. Get it burned in here. See if my super glued globe holds together on here.
Shouldn't be much stress on it there.
No, it's at the bottom of it where it's not going to be as hot. Yeah, I think I'll wait. I think I'll light it up and then put it all back together.
It's easier to light that way. That one looks like it's a pretty good size hole on the top.
Yeah, it's not big enough for...
Nope.
I was trying to light the other one with this and it's not big enough to go in there. So for the first light up, have it where I can get the lighter right in here. Well, it's hissing. Whew. It's bright. Yeah, that's nice and bright. Get it going, then put it together. That way everything gets hot right away and tries to burn me.
You want that reflector to come over?
Oh yeah, yeah, Dad cleaned up the reflector. We'll throw that back on there. That came with this lantern. Or came with it when we got it anyway.
Yeah, those don't have any brand on them or anything. Reflectors.
Get in there. There we go. Well, there we go. Here, we'll pump this one up. Even though its cap gasket's leaking, we'll pump it up and light them both up together. What the hell is that thing? When you get it up in there, the flame jumps up and it's not even touching the end of the lighter anymore. Here she goes. There we go. There we go. And see if I can pump this one with my left hand. Not near as well as I can with my right hand, that's for sure. There we go. A couple of nice old Sears lanterns. I believe this one was Yeah, this one was January 1966, this one's January 1967, so 1 year apart. Well folks, thanks for watching this week. Please give the video a like, leave a comment. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. That all helps out. We appreciate everybody who has subscribed to the channel. Getting closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark every day. So please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video, all that stuff, and then come on back next week. We'll have a video of something here for you to watch.